Thank you for tuning into another Worldwide Manuals video. Again, this is not how we would like to be making these videos. I know the boys wish they could be here with me right now making this. However, with the current situation in the world, it is hard for them to leave their house and actually make the 2-hour trip to Worldwide Manuals like they hope. But since you just have me here today, I guess it's up to me to tell you the good and bad about this car, which is actually a good thing because I've spent a smidge amount of time in the driver's seat of this very machine. Today I'm very happy to bring you a review of our 2010 Subaru Impreza WRX STi Special Edition, one of just 125 built. Well, let me first tell you about the numbers of this car. Powered by a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder boxer engine, this rumbly boy makes 305 horsepower and 290 pound-feet of torque. Many people have complained that this isn't enough power for this car, but those people probably have never tried to accelerate quickly in a 170 horsepower version of the Impreza. But seriously though, this machine in Sport Sharp mode is actually a very capable machine. 0 to 60 takes 4.8 seconds with someone more capable than me behind the wheel. And a quarter-mile time of 13.5 seconds at 100 miles an hour is actually very respectable for a car that was made in 2010 and costs only $33,690. This might not be the fastest or the best STi ever made, however, it is the only special production STi that was made in wagon form. Not only is this a very low mileage example of a car that was made 10 years ago, it is a very clean example of a special edition limited production one. Only 125 of these were made for the entire world. I'm pleased to announce that this car will be on Bring a Trailer Sunday, April 26th. And for all those interested, I suggest you go to the listing and place a bid yourself. So what makes this car special over different 2010 STIs? Well, actually several very important things. First of all, it's geared toward the performance enthusiast. It has a stiffer suspension setup that it borrowed from the Japan-only Spec C variant, and it allows for better performance in the twisties. For those of you who don't know what twisties are, it's just a word for quick roads that do a lot of turning. Twisties. The suspension setup is a little on the stiffer side, but it will bully 95% of other daily drivers on the commute to the office, and many people can overlook this. Also helping it in the performance department is the fact that it actually has less equipment than a similar WRX STi of the time. It came with a 4-speaker audio system rather than the standard 10-speaker system that normal WRX STIs came with. Instead of the adaptive headlamps that WRX STIs of the time had, it came with the lighter HID variants that normal Imprezas had. This was a weight-saving measure as the motors in the headlamps of the WRX STI that allowed the lamps to turn for corners actually increased the weight of the actual headlamp, so they decided to remove this in order to save some weight. Instead of coming with adaptive climate control like normal WRX STIs, this one came with the standard HVAC unit found in normal Imprezas. All these went into contributing to the lightest special edition STI that Subaru ever made, at just 3,350 pounds. I personally think this car looks great, with its bright aspen white paint and the JDM spec wheels that it again borrows from the Spec C in Japan. But with the subtraction of the fog lights, it means that this STI is more pavement queen than rally spec racer like the true nature of the Subaru STI. The spacious interior is sparse with creature comforts and looks exactly like my Impreza's interior, which is not really a good thing. But then again, this is not a luxury car, nor is it trying to be. The non-automatic seats could use some bolstering, but they offer enough comfort for longer road trips. The back seat can comfortably hold 3 adults, and the seats fold down 60-40 to reveal a cavernous amount of space. Ah, the benefits of a wagon. While I do really like this car and would love to upgrade from my current Impreza to this, I know that my love for music would make me hate my life. As previously mentioned, Subaru decided to go with a 4-speaker audio system rather than the standard 10-speaker system that they have in other WRX STIs. And let me tell you, this 4-speaker system is better off being off. I've heard worse audio systems, but only from tiny iPhone speakers. Luckily, the EJ257 makes its own music above 4,000 RPMs. Seriously, the rumble and sound that this engine makes as you're ripping down the highway truly makes the speakers not even worth turning on. Like with past special edition Subarus like the TRs, which stood for Tuner Ready, by subtracting things like the higher end HVAC and audio system, it actually saved money for the consumers so that they could then in turn put more money into the car by adding mods that they actually wanted. Chances are that the buyer of this special edition STI would rather see an Evo in the rearview mirror than fancy HVAC controls. It's less expensive than the other WRX STIs of the time, and it has more performance because it's lighter weight with a stiffer suspension. So who would buy this car? Since it is used and 10 years old, it's not as expensive as a new STI, which can run you $38,000 to $40,000. If someone had a quiet, comfortable, and efficient daily driver, this would be a perfect second car for them. They would love this as an alternate car to kill back roads on the weekends or to take to special events such as weddings or anniversaries. Personally, I believe the STIs have so much presence, especially the wagon versions. Many people believe that the sedan version of the STI is Two Boy Racer with its giant wing. However, I am not one of those people, and I think the wing could actually be a little bigger. But for those people, I think the wagon is perfect because the wagon actually has a tasteful lip spoiler that complements the sporty lines of the car. The wider fender flares separate it from other Imprezas, and the 4 exhaust pipes know that you're dealing with a different animal altogether. For $25,000, you get 305 horsepower, tons of space, and limited production. Take some of the money you save by buying this car instead of a new STI, and beef up the engine with new pistons, a head gasket, timing belt, and a Cobb access port, and truly unleash this beast. Or keep it stock and baby it, and you'll have a car that'll last you another 10 years easily. Thank you for watching another Worldwide Manuals video. We're trying our best to put out quality content regularly. However, since we can't meet as much as we want, it is hard for us to put out the content that we would like to put out. Since the guys can't come down and help me shoot the videos like roller shots for the cars, it's gonna delay some of these videos by a little bit of time. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and we will be dropping new videos as soon as we can produce them.